Okay, here we are live on Out of the Box podcast with my co-host Bradley Powers. I'm your host Jim Andre, and we have a special guest here today, Vic Makaroff. How you doing, Vic?
Oh my good.
That's good. Good to hear that. Vic has had some experiences with the paranormal, and we actually have a video that you took inside your house. Is that right, Vic?
That's right.
Okay, you can explain that if you will.
I had cameras set up, infrared cameras set up, and I got woken up one morning about 5 o'clock. When I looked at the monitor, there was all this activity on the one camera. So when I walked under the camera with my mobile phone, started filming, and this is what I caught just standing there, filming with my camera, with my mobile. So you'll see a lot of you'll just see for yourself what I call esoteric spirits and esoteric orbs, and a lot of them in my house.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Well, Bradley is sideways at the moment.
There you go.
That's away. Sorry about that. This is Out of the Box.
Daisy is here with us. Hi, Daisy. Melville Pereira. How you doing, Melville?
Daisy 10 Ponies is in the house.
Virtual Investigators is with us. Marianne Clark is here.
No, sorry.
Ghost House Paranormal.
Yeah.
David Daly. Hi, David. David Nash is here. Hi, David.
I guess Vic Makaroff.
I think Bradley is freezing up on us.
Apostles of Christ. Am I correct?
What was that, Bradley?
Have I termed that correctly? Your faith is an Orthodox, Vic.
Yeah,
Your faith is an Orthodox of the 12 Apostles Church of Christ.
Yes.
And you've experienced loads of paranormal phenomena. You've encountered extraterrestrials. You're an alien contactee. You're familiar with the praying mantis and reptilians. So shall we start with that? When did your paranormal phenomenal experiences actually begin to occur? How many years ago was this? How old was you?
I first started when I was 8 years old. It then carried on till I was about 17, 20. At 21, I had an exorcism, which sort of removed a lot of the spirits. I then continued on. And then the last 7 years, 8 years now, it's been phenomenal. It's just been ongoing. And the last couple of months has really slowed down. But prior to that, it's just been ongoing. I've seen a lot of demons, reptilians. I've seen praying mantis. I've seen greys. I've seen spirits. I've felt spirits. I've encountered orbs. I've encountered pixies, fairies, and these parasitical entities that come with reptilians. And once a reptilian lives, they leave these parasitical entities everywhere.
And what symptoms were you experiencing when it warranted an exorcism?
I was constantly looking over my shoulders if I was being followed, but there was nothing there. And I was being followed by a big black. Have you ever seen like the robes? These are the ones that take the spirits. The Grim Reaper sort of orbs, robes on them, and it's following me around everywhere. When I went to church, the exorcism was standing by the window looking in. I had an esoterical priest I saw on the stage of the church using his what they call incense. They throw incense around.
So he's the one that performed the exorcism.
Yeah, Took me an hour and a half. It got rid of that spirit, but then other spirits came along, took its place.
So that
Yeah.
must be something that you're not only aware of, but kind of used to at this point, or
Yeah, I'm used to it. I'm not happy with it, but I'm used to it. I tried to disconnect myself from it, but it just keeps on coming more and more.
well,
Hi there,
you
David
wouldn't
Nash, David Daly, Ron Jeffries. Thank you for joining us.
you wouldn't you wouldn't label it as being any type of evil spirit, would you?
Yeah, there's been evil spirits. There's been just stupid, what I call stupid spirits, just hangers on, just causing nuisance as well. And then in amongst all these, I've seen ETs as well, reptilians in particular. I don't know whether they're the reptilians from Earth-based reptilians or whether they're otherworldly based reptilians, but they all look the same to me.
So what have your alien experiences been like? Have they been negative or a positive
Yeah,
experience?
negative.
Negative.
Yeah, negative. My research will tell me they're all from the Orion Collective.
Melville Pereira says you could be attracting such entities.
Could be. I could be. It's not that I want to attract them. It's just I am attracting them for some reason.
Okay, and it's fair to say you've experienced sleep paralysis on 3 occasions. What did you feel was the actual cause for the sleep paralysis, Vic? Was it spiritual entities, demonic, extraterrestrials? Did you have a feeling?
Yeah, it was demonic entities. I had one female demonic entity sit on me. She pulled the sheet off me and she actually sat on me. I was sleeping on my side, thank God. She sat on my hip and she's looking at me, and all I'm doing is sleep paralysis. All I can do is move my eyes, and I'm calling out to Jesus. It's the only thing I could positively do to get rid of it. And I kept on calling to Jesus, and about a couple of minutes later, they all disappeared. The paralysis disappeared, and the demons all disappeared as well.
Yeah.
Well, that would have been. I'm only joking now, but that would have been only unproductive really for that entity, because at that point, if you were paralyzed, you would be nothing more than a dead lay.
Yeah, and it's lucky that I was on my side as well. If I was laying on my back, I would have been stuffed.
I've got to be honest, I'm familiar with sleep paralysis myself, and when I first experienced it, I was alarmed because I woke up and all I could do was move my eyeballs. I couldn't move at all for a minute or two. I was alarmed and I thought, oh my God, I hope I'm not going to be like this for the rest of my life. But after the first time, it's happened a couple more times, I'm not alarmed anymore because I know it passes over. But like, I haven't experienced it for a while.
They usually say sleep paralysis is usually a good indicator of being abducted. They usually come sleep paralysis you for a while, and then they abduct you. Usually.
Yeah, with me, I don't believe I was abducted. I believe it was demonic that actually was responsible.
Jonathan Kipp is with us. Hi, Jonathan.
Okay.
I don't think I was abducted. I think mine was just demonic. Succubus.
Yeah. Now you're talking. Now, it's fair to say you get downloads from Pleiadians and tall greys. Now, Jim's familiar with downloads. He gets downloads from the Zeta Reticuli, the short greys. So please tell us about your downloads from the Pleiadians and the tall greys, Vic.
They're nothing really special. They're just mostly general stuff like, we're gonna get you.
Yeah.
We're gonna get you. You're fucked. We've got you in our grips. It's that sort of downloads with me. But they've really stopped now for the last 3-4 months.
Yeah, well, a lot of people, they confuse the tall greys with the short greys, and there is a difference.
Yeah, that's all right. I thought I lost you then. You also commune with the Pleiadians and tall greys using telepathy.
Yes. It's general chatter.
Isn't it? They speak to you using telepathy.
Yeah, I can hear So I'll sit here all quiet, all focused, and I can hear a voice in my head saying something to me. And then my voice in my head is all, then I'm speaking back to it in quiet without using my lips. I'm just communicating with it in my head using telepathy.
Yeah, yeah. And also, regressive therapy.
Oh,
Do
that's
you
good
mean
stuff.
you went to see a hypnotherapist and you had regressive therapy and you discovered that you encountered a praying mantis that was 15 feet tall?
Yes, it was on a different planet, and it was all green. The whole area was just green, like the grey you've got in the picture here on the screenshot. Same color green. It was all green, and amongst the green there was praying mantises. Now my understanding from that was what I got told by the hypnotherapist is one of them actually jumped into me, or jumped into another human being. Has been jumping into human beings. Eventually jumped into me, looking for the light, trying to reach the
Yeah,
light.
yeah.
So I've basically seen myself as an experiencer, a human having an alien experience.
Uh-huh. Bradley's frozen up again. I guess he's got a weak connection. Did you want to? We
Right.
want to show. You want to show a portion of that video you took, Vic?
Absolutely.
If you wish, if you wish.
Okay. Let me see if I can get it on the screen here.
That's it. Coming up, everybody, we got a 2.5 minute video showing paranormal phenomena presented through our eyes by Vic Makaroff. Thank you. Taken, filmed, recorded at his home in the hallway. Which will be following us shortly.
Yep, here it comes.
Thank you, Jim.
Yeah. Yeah, if you'll video, you'll see like a lot of spiritual or paranormal activity, loves and such.
These are intriguing shadows. There we go. I'll leave it
No,
alone.
that's not smoke, actually, is it, Vic? No.
No, I've woken up and I haven't even had a cigarette yet. There's no kettle going. There's no oven going. Nothing. It's
Okay.
just me with a mobile filming because I've seen it on my monitor. All the activity. I've my camera set up. These are spiritual entities. These are esoteric beings.
Uh-huh.
There it is. Mongrel thing.
Wow, that's a lot of mist.
Yes, it is.
Well done, Vic, for recording this. Thank you for sharing it with us.
That's all right.
Everybody watching, please tune into this video presented by Vic Makaroff of his hallway at his home. You can see mist, some orbs.
Yeah, you see an orb
How
flying
frequently does
every
this
once in a
occur,
while.
Vic?
No, it's real
Vic,
settled.
no, Vic, what did you say that? Yeah, Vic, what did you say that purple or blue light is?
That's a sensor. It's a sensor part of the setup of the actual cameras. So it's an infrared sensor.
What is that? Infrared? Yeah.
Infrared. The only way to catch these things is if you've got infrared set up.
Okay, that's about the first 2.5 minutes, and we'll show another
Thank
2.5
you.
minutes from
Thank
there
you, Jim.
afterwards.
The next 2.5 minutes is better, I think.
Okay, thank you. And we will return
Okay, well-
to this video and see the next 2.5 minutes very soon after a commercial break. Welcome, Marianne Clark from Ghostbusters Paranormal. Yeah, so yeah, and also when you saw a hypnotherapist, you Akashic Records library, you was familiar with. Is that
Not so
right?
much Akashic Records. No, not so much Akashic Records. It's just to the prime members, the keepers of the Akashic Records. That's what makes me sort of familiar with it, but I'm not familiar with it at all.
You have seen UFOs over 4 times. Is that right, Vic?
Yeah, I reckon more. I seen one when I was 8. That's when all the activity started. Then I seen 3 here. And the last one I seen was like an orange fluffy cloud sitting above my lounge room window on a clear sky day. I'm wondering what the hell is this cloud doing? It's a fluffy orange cloud. There was a UFO in disguise.
Yeah, I'm convinced that they do camouflage themselves.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
With cloaking devices. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
What about, do you remember an incident, Jim and Vic, when a couple of years ago above Texas is a really huge state. I believe it's the biggest state in America. Do you remember a couple of years ago, there was 3 gigantic motherships above Texas. They filled up the county of Texas. The reason how they know the 3 motherships were in the sky above Texas is because they picked the 3 craft up on radar. However, they couldn't be seen because they were concealed by a cloaking device. Don't know if you remember that story, Jim and Vic.
No.
I don't recall that, no.
No, I don't recall it.
Well, I do.
For some reason, we can hear you. We can hear you, Bradley, but you're frozen for some reason.
Yeah, you're frozen up.
Oh, okay. You're a seer. You have been blessed with some gifts and attributes, Vic. You're a seer. You have visions outside, and you have witnessed manifestations and apparitions. Is that fair to say?
That's fair to say. I have the ability to see, smell, hear, feel these apparitions or these beings coming. I can actually sense them coming.
Yeah,
David Nash says Alaska is the biggest state. Texas number 2, still big, the biggest in the lower 48.
Yeah, I'm frozen, aren't I?
Yeah, you're frozen.
I'm frozen. Now what do I do? Well, like you could hear me, that's a good thing. Yeah, can you be quiet, please? Yeah, so you've been also you've been mind read by extraterrestrials. What species of extraterrestrials read your mind, Vic?
It's these parasites that are left after the major entities have gone. They leave these parasites, which are called the hypnotherapists I work with and the spiritual spirit and entity specialists I work with call them negative parasitical ocular entities. I know them as igneoids. They're from the Orion constellation, and all they do is they mind read you, they mind fuck you, and they play with your ego. They say you're a hero, you're smart, and they play with your ego and they try and raise your ego levels. When in actual fact they're doing the opposite. They're trying to degrade you.
David Nash is saying he claims he heard a lady holler.
I hear voices in my bedrooms.
Hi there, Ron Jeffrey. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the house.
I hear voices in the bedrooms, male and female.
Yeah. Didn't you receive blindness from telekinesis, Vic?
Yeah, that was about 8 years ago in the previous house I had, and I was just blind. I don't understand why. I was just blind. I went to sleep and woke up. I was fine. I had to go to Melbourne. If anyone's in Australia knows Melbourne, it was a 4-hour drive for me. And on the way home, it started to happen again. I just said, no, it's not going to happen now. And it disappeared and never happened again.
Donna Deem is asking, do you think they could be inciting the way folks have been acting globally?
No, they're just on their own agendas. They're running their own missions. They really don't care for humans, I don't suspect. They just got their own agendas going. That's it. Hang on a sec, I'll be back.
PWI spiritual investigator saying I'm not able to post in any of the groups on Facebook, not even in my groups on Facebook. I don't know why that is. I don't have an answer to that.
I have been sharing the show successfully. I've made it public. When I got it, it was private. I made it public, Jim, and I've been able to share the show. And we're doing pretty good, on viewers as well. I don't understand what's happened with Sherry.
I don't know.
Wow,
well,
really?
While Vic's taking a break, we'll take a short pause for a commercial.
Yeah, commercial break.
No, I'm back.
Commercial break. And welcome back to Out of the Box.
Back.
Jim Andre and Vic Makaroff and myself, Bradley Powers. That was a short commercial break, and we can start off with what's this about 26 species, Vic?
The greys. There's about 26 species of the greys, the short greys.
Wow, really? Well, that's news
Yeah.
to me. I didn't realise. Was you aware of that, Jim?
Spirit Stalker 52 is saying, since I'm a bit new, can you all introduce yourselves live? Thanks. I'm Jim Andre, host of Out of the Box podcast. Upper right there is Bradley Powers, my co-host. And go ahead, Vic.
I'm Vic Makaroff. I'm an experiencer and contactee with aliens and paranormal activities.
Vic Makaroff is an alien contactee and a mystic, amongst other things. Probably a medium as well.
I myself, I'm an alien abductee, contactee, and energetic healer.
And I'm a mystic, Hereford Knight, and a load of other things. But we're talking about Vic, and Vic's saying there's 26 species of short greys, and they're malevolent. Jim would probably dispute that with you, but because Jim actually channels them, so it just goes to show
some that
you
are benevolent, but the majority of them are benevolent. Yeah.
Well,
there's good and bad in all.
There's positive and negative in all species.
Right. The majority of the greys I found are benevolent. There's a couple of species which are benevolent, but the majority of them are malevolent.
Spirit Stalker 52 says, awesome. Thank you. I will need energetic healing at some point. Well, I do sessions free. There is no charge. I don't really broadcast it. I just do it because I do it, and I'm able to do it. And if you ever need any help with anything, just private message me and we'll take it from there.
Bradley,
And-
you're still frozen up.
Yeah. You're saying Earth-based aliens are also known as elementals. Elementals are spiritual entities, aren't they? Yet you're saying Earth-based aliens are also elementals, which is quite feasible.
Yeah, lower fourth dimensional entities. So they're interdimensional. They're translucent. They're translucent. You can see them, but you can see through them. But they're actual entities you can see. You know, stand there like elements, and there's all shapes and sizes of them. And there's pixies and fairies, and then there's these reptiles and these other creatures. I can't explain them. I can't explain them. They're just creatures.
Yeah, that's fair. And so you've met some celebrities, some regal spirits, such as King Anu, who's an Anunnaki. King Anu, he ruled Nibiru, planet Nibiru. Nibiru, I mean, he ruled planet Nibiru, King Anu, and you've actually encountered him. How amazing is that?
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. But,
Go on, sorry, Vic.
Yeah, you're right. Go on.
About the IgG. The IgG are demigods. Now, from what I understand, right, the IgG had to mine for gold, and they mined for monatomic gold, and they found that the toil was extremely hard, and they rebelled against Enlil, and Enlil was forced to come up with an idea, and he forced him into the creation of human beings to do the mining instead of the IgG. Does that resonate with you, what I just said, Rick?
Yeah, it resonates. The Juju are basically greys. The greys rebelled against the reptilians. The reptilians are the Nanakis. And it's the greys are because the Nanakis come down, fall down, and they started having sex with women, apparently, with the Earth women. And then the Juju, which are the greys, rebelled because they were missing out. And they wanted a part of it, so to speak. So they rebelled and they came to Earth.
Yeah. I didn't, the IgG and Greys, I never made the connection, to be honest with you. The IgG are demigods, I understand that, but I never thought of them as Greys. Thanks for enlightening me.
That's all right. They're lower fourth dimensional beings. I've seen a couple of Greys here. I've caught one in the dark in a spotlight, and it's semi-translucent, and they walk on their hind legs. They got hind legs like animals, like dogs, and they sort of walk like that, like a primate. They don't walk upright, and when they talk, they sound like birds. They chirp.
Melville Pereira says the aliens can read your thoughts and emotions, so at times they might seem scary. Was you ever scared, Vic?
Initially, I wasn't scared. I was just frightened initially, but after I had my Kundalini, all the fear disappeared.
Yeah. And you encountered the Archons, which are Alpha Draconians. Now, a lot of people don't know much about the Archons because there's not a lot of visuals to present what they actually look like. However, from what I understand, the Archons are malevolent species that despise mankind, and they enjoy creating chaos in our minds and leading us along a path to suicide. Does that connect with you?
Yeah, the Archons I encountered were white grey. Not greys, white reptilians, and they're big bastards. They had like little wings on them. That's what I call the Archons. The Archons basically are the superior beings to all. They're the ones that control the reptilians and the greys and everything. Is the Archons, the white greys. I've encountered two of them here and in previous place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let me know when you want to show that second half of that video
Yeah.
there.
Go for it now, Jim.
Big effort.
Okay, what you're about to see is Jim Andre is going to present us with a video presented to us by Vic Makaroff of the hallway of his home. And it's 2.5 minutes long, and it's the part 2. This is not CGI, Photoshop, or anything like that. This is the real deal. What Vic Makaroff is actually
This is
filming.
genuine stuff. This is genuine stuff.
The mist is not smoke; it's actually a mist, a paranormal mist.
You can see the ovens off.
Yeah, I see the orbs there.
Orbs coming from the ground and from the doors in the bedrooms.
Wow, yeah, amazing, amazing. Orbs normally represent, in some occasions, spirits trying to manifest in front of you.
Right, right. And the mist you're seeing are the manifestations of the orbs.
Yeah. How often does this occur, Vic?
It's really settled down. It used to occur all the time. When I had the cameras set up, it was occurring all the time. It was like they were loving the cameras set up. When I took the cameras down, it sort of really slowed down.
Now, had you seen that prior to setting up any cameras?
Yeah, yeah. And I still see it occasionally here.
Yeah. So that was the reason. That's what prompted you to set up the cameras, correct?
Right. Yeah. Because I wanted to catch it. Because I thought I was going nuts. So I wanted to catch it, and I did catch it. So I know that I'm not going nuts. There's actual factual stuff going on.
Spirit Stalker 52 says at my mom's house, I once was able to control an orb.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing that. We love watching paranormal phenomena.
Yep, that's about it. You'll see orbs flying here and there, but the mists are gone.
Put on the show if you can.
Thank you.
Well done.
Oh, sorry, that's me.
Well done, you folks. Catching it all.
Melville Pereira says, Vic, was anyone else there with you to witness this phenomenon?
No, unfortunately, that's why I had to film it to get it on camera.
Just you and the camera, which is pretty good stuff. Well done, Vic.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Thank you for sharing.
Oh my God.
Back to your questions is, so the igloids, we're going from, so the archons are alpha draconians, that's what you're actually suggesting, and the igloids are reptilian parasites. Igloids? Do you frequently encounter the igloids, Vic?
I've got them now here. So basically, I still see shadows and movement, and I still see figures here in my house, but it's not as bad. These parasites are settled in everywhere. They're settled in my items, in my furniture, in my clothing, in my hair, in my body, everywhere. And they're just a parasite. It's like a great white shark swimming, and you see the little succubus hanging off it. That's a parasite of a great white shark. This is what these things are. They're just parasites of a reptilian. So when the reptilian goes, they leave these parasites to annoy you. And the basic primal, all they're basically primed to do is to mind fuck you. Just complete wig out.
Hey, hold on a minute, Vic. I can hear a voiceover in here. Did you hear that?
No.
Bradley, did you hear a voiceover?
No.
Yeah, that's me on the video. That's me going off on the video that I sent you.
Oh, you got it on?
No, you've got it on, I think.
Oh.
That's me going off.
My bad. Yeah, my bad. I was
Yeah.
wondering what the heck that was.
That's me calling them everything under the sun after I caught them.
Because there was no voiceover on the video. I said, where the hell's that voice coming from?
Oh, you can't beat a bit of comedy, can you? And the angels are tall Nordics and humanoids. What's the connection between the angels, tall Nordics, and the humanoids?
Well, humanoids are basically, what do you call them? They're like, not reptilian, they're, what are they called? It's just slipped my mind. Pleiadians. Pleiadians.
Now, the Nordics are closest to humans, right?
Yeah, but they're basically like a Pleiadian. They look human, but they're not. You can tell the difference. It's like a humanoid species. They're taller. They're about 6, 8, 9 foot, 10 foot.
And they have a fair complexion, right?
Yeah, they have a fair complexion. Usually,
Blonde hair, blue eyes.
Usually, some I've seen with brown hair though.
Okay. And angels, I've encountered angels on 4 separate occasions, so I can actually validate that. In my opinion, that angels do exist. They are real. What about you, Vic?
Yeah, but for me, they've just got wings. They look a lot like Pleiadians.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what they look like. Basically, a lot of it.
Yeah. And Jesus' mother, Mary, mother of God. Jesus' mother, Mary, mother of God. You encountered her?
Yeah, I counted her. I had in the previous house, the same house where I had my telekinesis. And it was about 8 or 9 years ago. I was sitting there, and I seen a little woman appear in my lounge room with a white robe over her, like the Mother of God would appear, like Mother Teresa, basically. Same sort of setup, where you have a white robe and a white light started emanate from them, and all these orbs and these aliens just disappeared. They started running through the doors and pissing off, and there was a little demon child, and there was a lady like the best way to explain it was like a big fat Italian woman, big mama, and she disappeared as well. Some sort of demon. She disappeared, and there's a couple of orbs disappeared, and this white light emanated from this being. And when they all disappeared, the light disappeared and she disappeared, and it was like a calming feeling that came over me, a nice, peaceful, calming feeling that came over me.
Jonathan Kiff says that's incredible, Vic.
Thank you, bud.
What about fairies, Vic? What's your encounter with them?
I've got a video that I should have brought up as well, which is like an orb hanging around the outside of my unit. That orb hanging around the side of the unit was actually once I caught it once on camera, where it actually stopped, visibly on the camera. It stopped, and the orb disappeared, and within the orb there was a little pixie, fairy, and it turned around, looked at the camera, and it disappeared.
Yeah, well, if you can find that video, we can post that like maybe on a future show, you know?
Yeah, I've got the orb, but I haven't got the pixie disappearing. But it's the same orb. It's the same orb. I've also got another video of an esoteric being hanging around and it actually disappears. I should have sent it to you. I'll send it the next time, which is a good one as well.
And also, like, it's probably time for a commercial break, Jim. Really.
Misty Mountain says, hi, everyone. Hi, Misty. Okay, we'll go to our second commercial break.
Please enjoy this commercial break. It's actually Roku and Parafam advertising that they can actually enhance your life if you wish to become a presenter on Roku television or for the conglomeracy of Parafam Entertainments.
Market.
No, it's
And
Oh.
we are back.
And welcome back to Out of the Box, Jim Andre show. And we're going to be discussing what Vic actually saw, which was a body of a human. And on one occasion, the body of the human had the head of a deer. On another occasion, the body of a human had the head of a reptile. The head of the deer was 12 foot tall. The head of the reptile was 15 foot tall. Would you like to elaborate on that, Vic?
The head of the deer, that one was actually next door. I looked at it through the kitchen window and I was seeing through the window. And I was standing there in the kitchen and it was looking directly at me. And I claimed that's an elemental. And the 15, 16-foot reptile, which I saw with the head of a reptile and the body of the human, it was actually in my house. And it was looking at me and I called over my shoulder looking towards the kitchen area. And they basically said to me, "What kind of human are you?"
Yeah. And like, you can't deny what you're saying to the degree that I believe centaurs and mentors were actually real as well. And they are half horse, I believe, or
half human,
half bull.
Jonathan Gibbs says, "Hi, Rambo." Thank you for that, Jonathan, for addressing my mascot.
Yeah.
Mermaids are another one that exists.
You've also experienced a Kundalini awakening, ascension, and an epiphany through your Kundalini. So please tell us about what's a Kundalini, Vic?
A Kundalini is like an epiphany. It's a release.
Yeah,
it's an awakening. Yeah, it's an awakening. It's an awakening. So what happened with me? I was sitting on the couch, and I felt in the lower part of my back, and the left-hand side, it was like an energy ball started forming. The energy ball started forming, and it moved to the lower spine, and it crawled up my spine. I could feel all my chakras popping open as it's crawling up my spine. It then stopped around the throat area, did a little bit, and the hair started to stand up on the throat area, around the back of the neck, and then it went into the top of the head and opened up the head. And it's like rubbing your feet along carpet and the hairs on your head stand up. That's what was going on. And after that, it was just an epiphany, a complete awakening, and the fear completely disappeared.
Did you feel like the aching of the roots on your hair when that transpired?
Yeah, I felt all that. And there was no more pain because I had lower back pain. Lower back pain stopped instantly. And I felt a great release through my whole chakra system, especially in the head.
Well, that's good. That's good. That's an energy release. That's good.
Yeah, it's a massive energy release. And after that, there was just no more fear. The fear for all these entities just disappeared. It's an awakening.
Right. Yep. It's exactly what Kundalini is an awakening. Yep.
And you feel like you seek ascension. The purpose of life, I believe, is to seek ascension, and that's what you actually did. You experienced ascension from your Kundalini awakening, and an epiphany, which means you are awakening from your slumber. So that's quite an experience that you had. Is that have you only experienced the Kundalini on one occasion, or have you had others?
No, just one occasion. I think because of all the negativity I was going through with these entities and the paranormal experiences, I think I had the Kundalini to stop it, to get rid of the fear factor out of myself, out of my system.
Right. Yeah,
I think that's what brought it on.
Right, because they can only build up to a certain point where it's going to be released one way or another. Jonathan Kipp is asking, is there a way we can tap into that Kundalini chakra, like to activate it?
Well, the activation for me was all my activity going on around me.
I would. Sorry, Vic.
Go on.
My advice would be to seek ascension. If you help others without expecting a reward, that's how you seek ascension. Ascension will raise you to a higher platform and could stimulate your pineal gland and cause Kundalini awakening to actually occur. As the more you learn, the more that you know, the more you realise you don't know. But learning about esoteric information can help you to ascend as well as helping others.
I was doing a lot of research as well of what the hell was going on. And then because of all my activities going on here, I had my awakening. That's the way it happened for me. It's because of all the activity, it activated my chakra system.
Yeah, Jonathan Gibbs says, okay, it all makes sense. And he says, thank you.
You're welcome. Welcome, man.
I just disappeared off screen then. I don't know, I did that.
A lot of people take this. A lot of people make a lot of nuisance out of this stuff. It's really pretty simple to explain and understand.
Spirit Stalker 52 is asking, this is all new to me. I am so interested in the topics. Is that a big red soda you are drinking? No, this is Coca-Cola.
And we're coming we got 10 minutes left of the show. I'd like to ask you, Vic, bad demons, they vibrate on a lower fourth dimension. Those demons that vibrate on a lower fourth dimension are more likely to be malevolent and will attack you. Whereas not all demons are bad. Some demons that vibrate on a higher frequency may actually wish to enhance your life and share wisdom with you. So there's good and bad in all. So what's your experiences with bad demons, Vic? Have you been attacked by them?
Yeah, I've been attacked. My shirt's been pulled. I've been scratched. I've been tugged at. My hair's been tugged. I've heard voices, the demon voices in the bedrooms and whatnot, and they actually come at you. See, what happens is they'll present themselves. They'll present themselves with me here. They present themselves as a demon, so as a human form with red eyes. That's what they present themselves as, a demon. And when you look at them, they disappear. Remember that mist you were seeing before in the video? But it's like a big white ball of mist. They appear in that, and that's how they come at you. It's in the mist. And the mist has faces in it. So when the mist comes, it actually has a face in it, and that's the actual entity actually going beyond its orb fucking feature. Beg your pardon. It's orb feature. It's actually expressing itself more. Otherwise, they're just little orbs.
Right. Spirit Stalker 52 says, okay, I was going to pin you down to Texas. LOL. No, I'm actually in Florida.
I'm in Australia.
And where are you, Bradley?
And I'm in the UK.
The UK. He's across the pond.
I'm in Great Britain, actually, and that's what I like to call it.
Great Britain. England.
Yeah, in a way.
Wales.
I'm in Wales, actually, but England sounds good. I'm in Wales. And looky here. Woo! Bring back any nightmares, Jim. Sorry, I had to do that.
Yeah. That's an improvement, Bradley.
Look, everyone's looking at all us with our goatee beards and getting confused. Zoo. So basically, I've covered a lot of what I'd like to share with Vic, to get Vic stimulated and share what his paranormal phenomenal experiences have been. And he has shared quite a variety, a diverse variety. Don't you think so, Jim?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Jonathan Gibbs says around the world we are. Yes, that's for sure.
What?
Around the world we are.
52 says you all still have the same style hat. Cool.
Oh, cool. Yeah, cool. Thank you, Spirit Stalker.
All the same beards as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, is there anything else you'd like to share with us, Vic?
No, it's just peace and happiness and strength to everyone. I mean, it's not as bad as what it all appears. Yeah.
Well, the bottom line is life is a journey to experience, not a problem to be solved. And
That's
love
right.
is the answer.
You just got to have strength, and eventually you'll get your happiness out of your strength once you experience all this stuff.
Spirit Stalker says,
and why do you all leave so fast? Well, we're usually limited to about an hour per show is the reason.
And we're also, because we're old and we get tired
Yes, we're not young. We're not youngins anymore. I'll be hitting the big 7-0 in September. I'll be 70 in September.
And I'll be 58 this year. What about you, Vic? Do you want to share your age?
Yeah, I'll be 51 in September.
Really?
Yeah, I'm the oldest one here. You got to respect your elders now. Okay.
That means,
All right.
you know what that means, Jim? That means that you're the daddy.
Yeah. I'm the big daddy. Yeah.
How the
Jim's
hell
the
have you still got a
warden.
grey? How the hell have you still got a brown beard at the age of 70? I'm 51, pushing 51.
Yeah,
mine's
my hair isn't that gray either. Well, it's getting there.
Yeah.
Spirit Stalker 52 says, "Wow, looking good. She's 52."
Cool.
So I'd like to thank everyone for watching. Donnie Randall, thank you for joining us. Melville Pereira, Jonathan Kipp, Spirit Stalker 52, thank you for moderating the forum. Nightbot, Sherry, it's been a pleasure to have you near us. David Wilkes, I think we had both Davids here earlier. Jonathan Kipp, yeah, both Davids were here earlier, I know that. Yeah, Ron Jeffries, Marianne Clark, pleasure to have you all near us. Yeah, it's been an excellent show, really has. And it's a pleasure to have you on board, Vic. Really
Thank
has.
you.
And thank you, Jim, for all your efforts. Yeah, you are getting a techno wizard, you are. A techno druid, that's what you're going to be. You should carry on like this.
I try.
Cool, how's that work out?
David Wolf says, "I'm here twice, and I've got you surrounded."
Have you seen my picture? I'm not putting that there. That's there.
Melville Pereira says, "Interesting. So thanks, especially Vic, for sharing."
You're welcome. Anytime.
Wow, that's paranormal, that is. My picture with the alien head there. That's paranormal. Look.
Donnie Randall said it was a good show. Thank you, Donnie.
Thanks, Donnie.
Oh, that's not yours.
Okay, thank you everyone for your support. Thank you for subscribing, share and like this episode of Out of the Box if you can.
Okay, we're just about at the top of the hour, so we'll end the show. And I want to thank for everybody joining us. And remember, love is the answer, and always keep an eye to the sky.
Peace, man. Strength and happiness to everyone.
See you on the next one.
All right.